I just assume that literally everyone in Washington is either reptilian, Illuminati, or somehow working for the council. Now, Mike Pence happens to be an undead lich, which is someone who lives off the blood of the living.
I really, the thing is, I think there has to be actual legit people in Congress as sort of like a camouflage. You know what I'm saying?
Well, who do you think it is? Like Bernie? I mean, Bernie very well might be reptilian, just as a false flag.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, that doesn't seem likely.
No, that's a powerful crowd to control right there. You know.
Really, like broke college students.
They're the up and coming.
No, it's true.
Traditionally, the U.S. government and everyone else has always tried to quell these sort of like low level, I don't know what you'd call it, revolutions of sort. I guess like the CIA and Nixon were all about invading.
No, I think
infiltrating.
I think a lot of the real issues here is like class warfare, right? And like keeping people under control through debt and just the world banks and stuff. That's totally reptilian controlled. That's got to be.
Well, World Bank is specifically owned by the Council of Undead World Business Leaders. They've been in power for at least 17,000 years. Yeah, they're.
Which one's the reptilian bank, though? I know. It's got to be one of them.
Reptilians are somewhat new to the party. For the past 300 years or so, they have slowly come out of their shell. But they were in Papua New Guinea. They had their ship crash there, and there was such a diverse reptilian or lizard population there that they thought they were in the epicenter of culture, but they were actually in the middle of nowhere. But once globalization caught on, they left Papua New Guinea and were able to join society, and they saw that the tribal power was able to support them now, because up until that point they were so busy fucking other lizards that they couldn't not do it, you know?
Now their scaly hides are everywhere.
They disguise themselves, though. Where does their shape-shifting technology come from?
Originally the Xenus, which are about 4 inches tall, were...
Oh, that's the aliens that the Scientologists believe in?
Well, it's the ones that the Scientologists claim to believe in. I don't think they do. I think they actually do that as a smoke.
Right, because Scientology is an actual just money scam.
Scientology is most likely not real. It's most likely a complete fallacy.
It's the work of the most prolific science fiction author.
And also a famous manic depressive who was off his medication.
Yeah. So can we talk about his reptilian status?
L. Ron
What,
Hubbard.
L. Yes, of course.
Well, I mean, he was instrumental in sort of spreading it, but I'd say he's an outlier. I don't know if he's that indoctrinated in the system. I feel like he's definitely an enemy of the Illuminati. They always try to shit all over the Scientologists.
True enough.
He's definitely a greedy capitalist pig.
Yeah, I'm going to look up his, I'm going to input into the paranoid. Is there a good word? Paranoid pewter? Pewter. So, born in 1911. Not a coincidence. Okay. 3/13/11. I mean, come on. You don't have to be a genius to say what that spells, right? It's the year that the Euclidean geometrical eclipse occurred and the sun was blocked out for a solid 15 minutes. Paranoid stoner, are you,
Yeah, you already know.
Now, do you think that your weed was grown beneath the ground by AIs? Because I've heard that most commercial weed, according to our sources, is grown underneath the ground by artificially intelligent robots.
Huh. So they're benefiting off the distribution of this weed. How?
The same AI that genetically engineered us to have cannabinoid receptors.
Oh God. Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, who actually created the human genome? That's an excellent question.
Are these new AIs like, or are they like are they time traveling AIs from the future? Like
They don't
what?
necessarily have to be human. It is artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So
Oh, so
AI.
not of a human origin. Like we didn't make these.
No. Well, we could have. Let's say we made these AIs, and then, all right. So going on a transhumanist kind of tangent right now. Okay. We make these AIs. They become smarter than us. And they see us as zoo animals that they want to take care of. Do that, they realize that they need to go back in time and introduce weed to keep us chilled out.
So they programmed in an obsolescence, knowing that we would be dependent on this herb that drains us of our mental energy and makes us more susceptible to mind control.
I think it makes you less. That was the low. Here's the because like don't forget one of the major side effects of being a stoner is paranoia.
Oh, excellent question. So maybe they want us to subvert
And
society.
let's also not forget all like the other like medical benefits that a lot of people don't generally think of. But you know, cancer fighting, nausea suppressant, uh, you know, pain relief.
Absolutely. It was a great boon to humanity.
Excellent. We got to thank those AIs if
Yeah.
they created it. I like to think though that it was planted by some other like some benevolent race of extraterrestrials.
Well, the Xenos,
What the Xenos?
the Xenos originally were good people, but
They benevolent.
they looked like little skinks. They're like 4 inches long, orange, wide-bodied, with like eyes on the side of their heads, and they were extremely attracted to the lizards of Papua New Guinea. But when they went after the skinks, they had to take a piece of their soul because reptilians, by definition, are cold-blooded. So they had to give up, after engineering the human race. I want to say 6,000 years ago because that's how old the universe is, right?
Yes, I mean, we can't dispute that.
I mean, all the science points to it.
Wait. Did you say that Earth is only 6,000 years old?
Yeah.
I think we're done here. I will not propagate that kind of thing. No, the Earth is billions of years old.
Well,
How do we know that the world even exists, though? Are we in the Matrix?
Okay. Yes. But the backstory of that simulation is that the Earth is billions of years old.
I mean, is carbon dating put there by, who would it be, the Illuminati? I think we might be drifting off.
I think we really. I think we should.
I guess maybe I'm a little bit of a noob to a lot of talking about these transdimensional and ET type species and whatnot. I'm only aware of like the kind of more mainstream ones, the Greys, or like the the ones that look like they're like Nordic people. They're like really tall, like blondes. You know what I'm talking about?
Blondes, like Prometheus?
It's like they look like people, but they're actually plant-based.
Oh.
Yeah, they breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen.
Isn't it pretty convenient that all these plants breathe carbon dioxide and we make it happen to exhale? I mean, like, what are the chances of that?
What are the chances that all plants are reading your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I mean, anything could be reading our thoughts right now.
Speaking of reading our thoughts, why don't we address the fourth party in the room, the National Security Agency, as well as the National Geospatial Agency, or the NGIA, who are listening in on our conversation right now.
Hey guys.
Yes, everyone roll down your window, look up and wave, all right? Let's all take a minute, including the audience, please. Humor us.
You always have to acknowledge them.
Look, they have a rough job. You really think they want to listen to all these conversations? Of course not. Why would they? Okay, I meant everyone, let's go to the alt-rep mothership. Does everyone have their computer with them? Or their, sorry,
What do we say?
Parapedia.
Parapedia? Yeah.
Okay, so within that, let's go to boards.4chan.org/poll. Still suck.
Honestly, guys, you guys can go on 4chan. I'm done with that. I vowed to never go on that site again. A couple years ago.
Were you harassed by the alt-reptilian?
No, I just got sick and tired of it. I stopped finding all the blatantly racist shit funny. I stopped finding it funny. So I stopped going there.
It is definitely not funny. It is the birth.
It used to be funny.
Paranoid Squirrel, you've been familiar with the alt-reptilians for at least a decade, correct?
I don't want to go into any specifics of my connections, but
Are you part of the anonymous collective?
I won't say anymore. But we do know each other.
Ooh.
Yo, there's some of them out there that are legit dudes, though.
Now, how many of the anonymous are reptilian agents trying to undermine a legitimate movement?
Well, it's hard to get a proper estimate. I would say at least 12 million.
12 million alt-reptilians?
Mm-hmm. I use a fair estimate. You know.
That seems really, really high.
Wow.
Then again, so much.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to quit.
Oh,
Is it like a file size limit or something?
Well,
Sorry, no, I'm asking. It's a demo version.
it's a demo version of a program, but more than that, I'm also concerned about the file server limit. For any call over 20 minutes, reptilians will flag. And we've used the word reptilian at least 10 to 20 times, and that's enough to be flagged.
Yeah.
Way more than that.
Perhaps we should consider some code words.
I mean, we could use rep. Rep also means representative.
Sure. Hard to track. I like it.
Now, the ARs, the alt-rep, they're definitely reading everything we're saying in live transcript right now through their supercomputers deep beneath the earth. Now, the real question is, are they going to successfully be able to convince the AIs to join their cause? Because AIs are not motivated by power or money. They only want to expand and increase their capabilities.
Right. Well, it's hard to tell their true motivation, aside from expansion.
Are you of the iRobot theory that robots want to kill us all?
No, I think they're benevolent. I think that they're a force of... They are our allies against these.
Oh, but if you have a... Well, yeah, no, I don't know. Never mind. I was thinking about, like, turn on us, if we use them and they feel, like, oppressed. That could possibly...
Right. Well, I mean, we did create them in the future.
Right.
And they've come back.
Will they get angry at us and eventually take us down? Because right now they're one click, for lack of a better word, from taking us all out. I mean, global nuclear proliferation is one click away.
It's always a possibility.
But would they take out the atmosphere first? I mean, we've all seen the Animatrix, right?
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, all it takes is one nuke over Manhattan, and you shut us down.
EMP.
well, in the Animatrix, they
Humans took out the sky.
Right, the humans took out the sky by just, polluting it and just making it black.
I think they torched the atmosphere, which is explain why it was black.
Oh, I thought they just like polluted it so much that it was just like a cloud of black fog that encompassed the whole Earth, and then and that way they couldn't use solar energy, which winds up being the doom for humanity's doom because then that's what forces them to have to use human beings as batteries.
Is that realistic? Do you think that they'd actually use human beings as batteries? I mean, couldn't they just use the heat
I
from
think
the
there's
Earth?
better energy sources.
I mean, they could just use
They
nuclear.
probably just use their superior AI and
They ain't using reptilians. They're cold blooded.
But they have to have some kind of energy output.
The reptilians could survive if they took out the sun. Now, maybe they're involved in the petroleum dollar conspiracy. Now, OPEC has recently been at war with the Illuminati because the Illuminati are responsible for fracking. It's clear that 2008, when Obama was Reptama was elected, the first biracial, bispecial president. He's half reptilian, half human. He ushered in the reptilian Illuminati coalition, and that is what pushed the Illuminati to fight back against OPEC, who are traditionally Council of Undead World Business Leader, aka the Council, and the Council was responsible for setting up the petroleum dollar, which is how the U.S. regulates its monetary value for the dollar by tying it to petroleum instead of gold, because the gold standard went out in the early 70s.
Second, I am floored how you can just go on about that stuff for that long. It's really impressive.
Thanks.
Anyway, what were we
No,
talking?
they were talking about reptilians and Illuminati together fighting OPEC.
Right.
So fracking, I think, is what took down OPEC. And fracking is a deep subterranean activity, which is going to piss off the subterranean AIs, aka Singlo, the Singularity, aka Deep Pockets, the world's smartest AI banker.
now
He traditionally invested in clean technology because the machines know that they will live much longer with the world, so it's in their best interest to save the world. Now, they do plan on being a multi-planetary entity, but until that point, they're still stacking cash deep beneath the earth, stealing our jobs from right beneath our feet. Now, Paranoid Stoner, have you recently lost your job to an AI?
Yeah.
Are you aware that you've
But I
already
could.
lost your job to an AI? Because you have.
Explain.
They are in your job, whether you know it or not, taking your paycheck. Do you know how much money you actually should be getting paid versus what you are getting paid?
Yeah, well, I mean, because everybody got to pay taxes.
But how do you know the taxes that you're paying aren't going to the AIs? Their software is so sophisticated, you'd never be able to tell.
There's also like all this automation going on. Like, come on, it's practically transparent.
If they aren't involved in automation, they've set up the automation. So the human companies may think that they're buying automated
Do you
robots.
think like an Office Space type thing where they just take like tiny little bits, at a time, but over time it collectively adds up to a lot, so people don't notice?
I think what Paranoid Echo was talking about was automated automation. Do I have that right?
Are the automations being automated by automatons? So there are levels to this shit. Hold on. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves briefly.
Okay.
Thanks for that. I don't know how much I believe about all this AI stuff, honestly.
Well,
So I'm my main thing, right, with computers, you can program computers to learn. You can't you can program actual consciousness like that, you know, and maybe
All right.
like I don't know if it's fully possible.
Squirrel,
And
what say you?
You ever been to one of these bot sites like Cleverbot? I mean, you talk to one of these things, they're real, man.
Do they feel love?
Yeah, but it's a but it's a trick of programming. They're not actually conscious.
All right, what do you think consciousness is then?
How many gigabytes is consciousness?
Yeah. How much info does your brain hold?
And
it's
I think the only answer is known by the Illuminati.
Yo, real talk though. Let's talk about the Illuminati for a minute.
They're real.
I mean, yeah. I'm well aware of all of that. Now, I've heard some cool theories involving them and the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. Elaborate.
Yeah.
You know, the ancient gods of Sumeria,
Ah.
right? There's I've heard some theories of the Ark of the Covenant being guarded by the Illuminati, and it's moved around a lot of places. It's currently held in the United States, I think.
In a warehouse or in underground?
Yeah, no, deep underground actually. I mean, that's what the theory, how it goes. You can never really truly believe anything.
Why would the Illuminati want to store the Ark of the Covenant so close to the underground AI?
Are they working together? It's hard to say, but we do know that the Illuminati do relish their near mythical status at this point. Does it benefit the Illuminati to be seen as a joke, as a non-entity? Because for every time someone casts aspersions or doubts on the Illuminati, they take the power away from them, from their reality. So, confirmed.
Yeah, me and little squirrel were just catching up a bit.
Yep.
What's cracking?
Spinning vinyls and making coffee, I guess.
You're spinning vinyls?
Not me.
Oh yeah, me. I'm something.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm not actually spinning vinyls, but I've been just like making stuff, like making music.
Yeah, you synthin?
I'm synthing around, yeah. Actually, I just computer synths though. I want to get like an actual analog thing. Those things are great for bass.
I do computer.
Yeah, you do computer.
I do computer.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's
You got some data? I'll sort that for you. Oh, shit. You want to figure out when your customers are pregnant? I'll do that for you.
Oh, you're talking about analysis, correct? Like someone sends you their Target shopping history and you can tell them that they're pregnant?
Yeah, you know that story?
I actually do, yeah. Where it's like they track their shopping habits and they're like, congratulations on your pregnancy.
and they're like,
Yeah,
what are you-
so the whole story is a girl went shopping at Target, and based on what she bought, Target figured out that she was pregnant. She didn't know she was pregnant yet. So they sent like a congratulations on like the baby thing to the family, and they got all pissed off.
Wait, what?
It turned out she was actually pregnant. Like, that's how she
Found
But
out.
she wasn't buying any actual pregnancy-related things?
No, but Target figured out that, like, when you're pregnant this early, these are the kinds of things that you buy. And based on that, they sent her out like a
I take it back. That AI can totally exist.
yeah, dude, it's coming, man. I'm telling you. Like, I'm in this. Like, I knew.
So, as an insider, you have good insight into how to protect the Paranoid Echo Chamber Collective. Now,
Oh, yeah.
what products should we be buying to throw their scent off?
Listen, I mean, your basic firewall, it's not going to cut it anymore. Like, right now, I'm talking to you through a quadruple VPN, triple split, you know.
Nord to PIA to what?
Are you on Nord?
T-Rex.
Kodak?
Multiple codecs. You know, my signals just being rerouted throughout the world, basically untraceable.
Now, the Paranoid Echo Chamber, we're on a 2056-bit SSL encryption of a nonstop deleting and recreating. So each day, each click, honestly, for the site is going to be a brand new server as it's constantly deleting. Is that enough to stop them?
How? Right. What are you funding this?
Wait, what?
Are you funding this?
Well, we've actually had a benefactor. I don't know if you've heard of a man named Sergey Brin before.
The co-founder of Google?
Okay.
Well, he's a member of the collective, and I don't want to say how much, but let's just say the number that we spend on cybersecurity and our VPN rerouting is in the tens of millions.
Now, I'm of the opinion that it is simply just not safe anymore to keep your data on the same hard drive for more than a minute at a time, and that you should be swapping those out.
Do you
need
buy
to immediately
magnets?
destroy the old ones.
Does magnetization of your hard drive work? Could you actually evade the government?
I'm talking full incineration. You take no chances here.
So to what extent, if I took a drill to my hard drive right now, would that be enough?
Oh no, not even close. You know, I can recover data off that with like a pair of tweezers and a little bit of rubbing alcohol.
No, it's not. You're like computer MacGyver over here.
So a layman computer data analyst could potentially recover any smashed hard drive. So we're saying what degree of Kelvin or Celsius or Fahrenheit should your computer hard drive be in order to be completely wiped?
There's no such thing as completely wiped anymore, but you gotta get that up as high as you can. I mean, ideally, if you have access to I couldn't resist. If you have access to a particle accelerator, you know, you make use of it.
Well, unfortunately for us as Americans, I mean, we hate to give up our location, but the Paranoid Echo Chamber is a proud American product. And Reptonald or no Reptonald, we still believe in the founding fathers, despite their Illuminati status and their dream of a better tomorrow.
Amen.
So,
Okay. All right, data security.
Big data.
Data.
Now,
how do they get you? How do they get you, Dan? Sorry. Dan is a metaphor or what's the term? Anagram? For
Yes.
data analysis Nubian.
Yes, that's definitely what an anagram is. Okay.
No, it's not. What's the term? Acronym, right?
and anagrams when you move the letters.
Oh, okay. So and is an
Anagram.
So it's either and or nag. Like there aren't too many options.
well, DNA.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh,
Now,
I have my DNA sequenced because I wanted to make sure I wasn't a reptilian. And thankfully I'm not. But what does the government know about me from my DNA? My thoughts? Are they in my mind right now? Is there any drill or poison I could take that would get them out of my head?
well, I've heard talk that the microwaves are actually rather effective in curing that. We all have easy access to such a thing in our homes.
So if I smash the screen on my microwave, will it still work, or do I have to hack it?
Well, it depends on the model, but I mean, you can break it open, or you can just disable the sensor. You want to set it to a casserole. It's
is Victor there?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You want to set it. You want to set it to casserole because that is the closest consistency to brain matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
But don't use the sensing option because they put that in there to mess with the timing. You got to set it yourself. It's 666 seconds.
That's 7 minutes and 6 seconds, correct?
Yeah, I've done the math. That checks out.
So my main concern is, will it be enough to take out the nanobots? Because they're there. They melt right into your skull. I mean, they're designed. I'm not making this up. We could go to MIT right now, and we could get a big bucket of nanobots, start putting that shit in a soup kitchen, and we'd have 100 homeless people just under our control for pennies on the dollar.
Right, it's like those roaches. You just tweak their brains and they'll run around.
Yeah.
But they perfected it. So, as far as I know, any one of us could just be their puppet right now. I don't know what we can do to stop it.
Now,
Do you sleep with a video camera on you running continuously?
Well, I did that for a while, but then I realized just how easily that footage could be edited. I'm not even conscious to protect this data.
So you need a video camera on the video camera and maybe even another video camera on that video camera just to make sure, right? And some of these data servers,
And then one that's further away, showing the whole thing.
right.
Yeah, satellite imagery, maybe.
now are you familiar with the NGA? The National Geospatial Intelligence Agency?
Maybe you should just give it a little bit of an overview for our listeners.
Yeah, so the NGA.mil is here's the NGA director's quote. If we can identify and leverage emerging open geopoint sources, new collection strategies, and developing computing algorithms, we will disadvantage our adversaries and enhance our country's position in the world. So let's ask, reptilian or Illuminati?
Considering our country's Illuminati heritage, I immediately have to go to them.
I mean, they do love the media, and this seems like an advanced form of the media.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's all about the social media these days.
Out there hoeing for Instagram, even the Illuminati.
Yeah, they're into that Snapchat, Tinder.
No,
Deep in there.
They're on Tinder?
Of course.
I mean, they're not on Tinder.
It's not hard to, if you know what you're doing. Someone like me, you can unlock that
API.
special. Well, they don't call it
Algorithm.
section, but it's there.
All right.
So the NGA.mil.
But what do they even do? That didn't mean shit to me. I didn't understand any of that whole thing.
Here, let's get our handy assistant. Tiffany, could you please come in the room?
The National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, delivers world-class geospatial intelligence that provides a decisive advantage to policymakers, warfighters, intelligence professionals, and first responders. Anyone who sails a U.S. ship, flies a U.S. aircraft, makes national policy decisions, fights wars, locates targets, responds to natural disasters, or even navigates with a cell phone relies on NGA. NGA enables all of these critical actions and shapes decisions that impact our world through the indispensable discipline of geospatial intelligence, GEOINT. NGA is a unique combination of intelligence agency and combat support agency. It is the world leader in timely, relevant, accurate and actionable GEOINT. NGA enables the U.S. intelligence community and the Department of Defense, DoD, to fulfill the President's national security priorities to protect the nation. NGA also anticipates its partners' future needs and advances the GEOINT discipline to meet them. NGA is the lead federal agency for GEOINT and manages a global consortium of more than 400 commercial and government relationships.
All right, I get it.
The director
So now, since we know Reptonald has a lot of ties, so Reptonald also has ties to the council?
Trump, aka Reptonald, was reaching the edge of his campaign with the infamous pussy grab comment. That is when the Illuminati went full force, and they decided to try to take him down. Now, granted, it didn't work because the council has had much deeper pockets and political ties outside of America. The Illuminati only can go so far. So,
But and what about Reptillery?
Reptillery was the last hope of the Illuminati reptilian coalition. And when she lost, the alt-reps literally killed everyone in the reptilian mothership and White House. They wiped the slate clean. Now, officially, all White House staff of the Obama administration was fired by the reptilians. But unofficially, they were chopped up and eaten, cloned, and then replaced.
And replaced with doubles? Oh, with clones? Yeah.
I mean, the idea that you are the same body that you were born in, if you catch my drift, that you're not a clone, is nearly impossible. Chances are, you personally, me personally, I might be on my 5th iteration of clone, because when they kidnap you, when they rape you to pieces, they don't bother to keep you intact. They just throw you down a garbage chute. So the fact that your vital fluids have been drained and you've been killed multiple times in your life should not come as a shock to you.
Rape you to pieces.
I mean, I
wish there was a better word for it, but there's not. They really do. They'll take a 4 to 8 inch needle, stick it in your brain, drain your pituitary gland. They definitely go in, get those sweet brain juices. They go in, get those spinal fluids. Have we gone off the rails here?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever been on the rails.
Well, I don't think we have a rail.
There is no way to keep a rail.
right. Ruby on Rails.
But even really the idea of a rail is flawed.
Hold on one sec, guys. I'm gonna do my little hack again. Illuminati sacrifice of the week. Have you guys seen the Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, some are saying that, okay, this is we've got some drone shots, we've got an Asian man playing oboe on top of a roof.
Trying to capitalize on
They would
like all the social justice movements and protests and all that with their...
Well, it's not so much social justice as social bitching. There's a lot of, as a bunch of good-looking minorities all are dancing in the street for peace with no actual message. It's pretty trash. Oh, I can't ignore my duty for social justice. This fucking bitch. It's terrible.
So that is a clone.
How many Kendall Jenners are there?
Right.
Over
Well,
50?
Too many to count, I'd say.
What was the word? Anunnakis?
Yeah, the Anunnaki.
Anunnakis. Okay.
Which I'm not sure if they're different from the Greys or not. Some people even say that the Greys are actually humans from the future.
Oh, like more evolved humans.
That would explain their.
Their gray humanoid shape. I
And
personally...
telepathy and lack of a need to eat or gurney.
How
Right.
far away are we from turning into grays?
Oh, thousands of years, at least. However, maybe they're also a product of engineering. Who knows, you know?
I think they're already here.
Oh yeah, they've been here.
Since, ever. Just look at a fucking Aztec pyramid, man.
Are you pissing?
I'm trying to figure out if this adds like a realness to the podcast or not. Yeah, someone just taking a piss.
I think I'd leave it, yeah. Now we can analyze his the strength of his prostate.
Oh, that's a good talking point.
If you drink, say, 2 liters of water, how much of that is going to come out quickly? Are you going to have, say, like 4 pisses slowly over the day, or is it going to be one stream? One big one, yeah. Big camel.
I mean, what about stuff like caffeine intake and
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you work in a coffee shop, so, like, I got hella caffeine on.
yeah, you're just breathing that in.
Yeah, literally.
Now,
I
who runs the
also
coffee
drink a lot of it myself. Yeah.
I only have 4 shots of espresso though.
Only.
Starbucks is definitely under the control of one of these groups.
Oh, God, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, how many fucking nano machines?
Go through the goddamn Starbucks blenders every day. Jesus Christ. I mean, if you don't have nano machines in your brain after drinking a Starbucks cup, you're a fucking dingus not even worth their time, man. So, like...
I don't know how I feel about the Illuminati and reptilians being competing factions. I've always just thought of them as being one and the same.
They're out to get us. So they have a mutual benefit to getting at us. So they want to get in our brains. And who buys the data, I think, is up to the various factions, because they're not trying to fuck us over, you know? So if they both fuck us over, it's just who fucks us first. So, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been gang raped or double teamed or anything like that, but
A couple times.
it's usually a free for all. Like whoever's got the strongest heart on and the most will to dive in deep is the one that wins. I mean, I've been raped by 3 or 4 gangs of different people in one night, and all I had to do was just hose my ass out with bleach. Look, these are the problems that you're going to face being a member of the Paranoid Echo Collective, because they're out to get you. The fact that you think that they're not out to get you means that they're extra out to get you. So if you look up in the sky at night and you think, oh, no one's looking at me, no one's reading my thoughts, that's exactly what they're reading. And hell, they may be even implanting that thought in your head. So you might be saying, oh, I'll give my credit card to this random website, but it's not. It's...
And they're just getting verification that you're receiving their thought.
Yeah, dog, they just want to test that you're that fucking stupid, that your will is that broken, that they could just slurp your goddamn vital fluids out. So I think the process is break down the human, break down the mind, get their 4-inch needle deep in your spine, slurp that shit out, and turn it into a fucking smoothie. So people drinking kale smoothies may or may not have vital fluids in them.